Hi everyone, it's proofSzilko here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special video for both my PUBG PS4 and Xbox players. Vikendi is now available for testing on console PTS, and since many of you requested it when PUBG came out for PS4 that I should do a comparison video, this is what we're going to do today. In the first part of this video, I will talk briefly about the patch notes. I'll mention the main points which you should pay attention to, and in the middle part I will talk about the graphical differences between these two console versions, and at the end we'll see what are the differences in the FPS when in CQC and long range battles, and test how fast is the word loading on both of these console versions. So I recommend you to watch the full video if you want to learn everything about PUBG on console, especially in regards of the new Vikendi map. So I'm not gonna waste your time with just talking, so let's get to the comparison itself, and I will talk while you watch the footages. So if you don't know, Vikendi is a 6x6 kilometers map. The gameplay of Vikendi is quicker than Erangel and Miramar, but offers an arguably more tactical experience than Sanhok. Getting somewhere on the map will be slightly more difficult than on other maps, since it's covered with snow and ice, so moving around with normal vehicles will be more slippery. So I recommend you to try the new vehicle, added solely just for Vikendi. It's the snowmobile, and there will be also some tactical differences, since your footprints will appear in the snow, so you get to be more careful when moving around and creeping up on others, because they will be able to track you down in the snow. Also, there are some changes both in the red zone and the blue zone. For instructions on how to access the PTS and the full patch notes, please refer back to the link in the description. From now on, I will concentrate only on the footages. So for the graphics comparison part, I picked the performance option on the X, which means instead of 4K, it's running in 1440p, as well as the PS4 Pro, with super sampling enabled, so you'll be able to see all the details even if this video is rendered in 1080p. As you can see, the PS4 Pro has slightly more colors. For me it feels a little bit more vivid on that version, but the shadows are softer on the Xbox One X version. And there's a nice little touch on this image. We can see a flashlight on the ground, casting light on a wooden surface. It appears that lighting has the same effect on both consoles, but if we check the other parts of the room, we can still see that it's slightly more darker on the PS4 Pro. Switching location to this village called Goroka, we see a nice environment with densely placed flats. Let me highlight the light snowing effect, which is visible in almost every location of the map. And now moving to a brand new environment. Since we're talking about the snow map, part of the river going across the map is frozen, so you'll be able to walk on it, and it's really nice to see the reflection of the sun shining on the surface of the ice. I think I can confidently say that so far this is the most beautiful PUBG map. If we switch location to the cement factory, where you can see a lot of buildings with small little details, I think the X provides slightly more details if you have a closer look on the surface of the factory. The PS4 Pro has more vivid colors, as I mentioned before, which is more visible on this light blue surface. And there's a huge difference between the thickness of the shadows casted by the sun. If you take a closer look at the mountain across the map, on the top of it you will see that more objects are rendered on the X. Or just take a good long look at this castle. I think the game designers did a really good job with the environment. It's really immersed and feels more alive than the other maps. But there's downgrade compared to the PC version. For example, in this forest, on PC you'll be able to see rays of light going through the branches of the trees. But as you already noticed, there are no such thing in the console versions. As I mentioned before, the footprints will stay visible on the snowy surface, and they added a snowy effect on all the vehicles as well, which is a pretty nice touch and helps the immersion in my opinion. Now, talking about the performance, I didn't see any major frame drops in either version, and I tried CQC and long range battles as well. I don't have an FPS counter to show, but I can say that both versions running at a solid 30 FPS, with only minor drops here and there. The only big difference is when you're about to land, the Xbox One X version still has a Play-Doh effect. Please take into consideration that I'm not using any external SSD. This is the base configuration, so if you want to decrease the Play-Doh effect, I recommend you to buy an SSD. Click on the video showing on the screen now for more details. Alright, so that's all I had for you today, guys. I'm not gonna announce any winner for today's video, so you have to decide on your own which console version you wanna pick. If you have a winner in your mind, don't forget to leave it in the comments, so we can see which version has more votes. I hope you found this video useful. If you did so, please don't forget to leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Subscribe for more PUBG content like this in future, and I see you in the next one. Bye!